children living in filthy conditions at a motel violating city laws. Prayers for a safe return of the 2 Kansas missionaries held hostage. And tonight is the final broadcast for Wendell Anschutz. We'll say goodbye to a KCTV5 legend.
News that makes a difference. This is KCTV5 News at 10.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Dee Griffin.
And I'm Wendell Anschutz. A Kansas City motel gets busted tonight for letting families rent filthy and unsafe rooms. A Jackson County task force closed the Capri Motel, and as KCTV5 Sandra Oliva shows you, several of those families, many with children, must find another place to live.
People pack up their possessions after learning the Capri Motel is no longer in business. The city says no one should have to live in such poor conditions.
It wasn't the best, but it's all I could afford.
Tracy Schoolcraft just moved to Kansas City from Omaha. She brought her 2-year-old son with her in search of a better life. A dirty and unsafe motel was never part of the plan.
You know, we just kind of put up with it and dealt with it.
And Tracy tells me during the 2 weeks that her family stayed here, no one ever came by to vacuum or pick up the dirty towels. In fact, one city worker who got a look inside these rooms tells me she could describe it in one word: filthy.
Plumbing problems, there were no smoke detectors, the rooms were not clean, to say the least.
Kathy Fennell was part of the task force that shut down the Capri. She says they tried to work with the motel owners for years, trying to get them to clean up the place. And she's not just talking about the filth. The Capri was the target of several police investigations involving drug activity and prostitution.
There's conditions like that that generally lead to crime and other illegal activity.
Tracy says she's glad someone is stepping in to protect people who need a place to stay and have no other options.
Everything will be fine for me, but I just hope they learn a lesson from it so that maybe trashy places can get cleaned up.
And if the conditions weren't bad enough, people were paying $200 a week to stay at the Capri Motel. One family had stayed there for 6 years. The Metropolitan Lutheran Ministries has offered to help these families find a more permanent home. In the meantime, the Capri will remain shut down until all the problems are fixed. Wendell?
Well, you do hope all of those families find a place to stay.
That's right. At least the young lady I spoke to said she had found a place.
Oh, that's good. Thank you, Dee.
A dead body found inside an SUV in an Overland Park tonight. Police say a person at the city park noticed the person dead inside the car and just called 911. A cause of death will be determined. Investigators confirmed that no one else in the park was in any danger tonight. A convicted rapist linked to a Northland murder is now being connected to another murder tonight. Police expect charges to be filed against Wayne Dumond tomorrow in the death of Carol Shields. She was killed last September. DNA taken from under her fingernails matched samples taken from Dumond's Smithville apartment. Dumond's attorneys say a search warrant alludes to a second and similar Northland murder that he could be linked to soon.
A change in 911 service means better response to emergencies and an increase in your phone bill as well. 51% of all 911 calls in Johnson County are placed by cell phone, and a plan passed this week will create a system that enables dispatchers to locate all callers, even wireless, with new software. But customers with landline phones will pay 10 cents a month to foot the bill.
The person who only has a landline bill may very well be the person whose life is saved by a cell phone user who calls in an accident.
Passing by.
That's right.
The Mid-America Regional Council is working to put the same advanced system in all Kansas City area counties, but each county must come up with its own way to finance it. An ambulance ride from a 911 scene in Johnson County will also cost a patient more. MedAct will increase its fees for transporting patients into the next 2 months. The goal of the rate hike is to shift the financial burden for running the ambulance from taxpayers to those who actually use it.
A slick spot on Interstate 29 found after the deadly crash of a Kansas City police officer is identified tonight. After Craig Schultz crashed his motorcycle under the 635 overpass, DOT engineers gathered samples. Well, tonight, lab tests show that calcite formed on the road. It was created during a chemical reaction with water and the asphalt. Crews sandblasted the road to remove the rest of the calcite. Police investigations show that Schultz lost control on something on the road. The state will do more research on the calcite formations.
Prayers and donations tonight in Kansas City for the family of 2 missionaries who are being held captive in the Philippines. Friends and relatives of Martin and Gracia Burnham gathered for a special service tonight. They prayed for the Burnham safety and collected money to support the missionaries' 3 children. Since Martin and Gracia were kidnapped by Muslim extremists in the Philippines, their 3 children were flown back to the United States and are staying with grandparents.
We're trying to raise money because the grandpa and grandma are retired missionaries and they're on a fixed income, and we feel that we need to help, the grandpa and grandpa out.
The Burnhams have been missionaries in the Philippines since 1986. Their 3 children are ages 10, 11, and 14.
The stolen cow on parade is in the hospital tonight. Belle the cow was taken from her place on the plaza. We told you about that last night. Well, the kidnappers dropped her in the middle of County Line Road in Kansas City, Kansas. She did get some scrapes and cuts, and now the cow vet is fixing her up. The kidnappers did not leave a ransom note, but nearby Belle was a beer can that they found there.
What was Belle doing with that beer can?
It wasn't milk.
That's the question. That's right. Katie's weather forecast is next.
She'll tell you what to expect this weekend.
And it's time to say goodbye to a broadcasting legend. Wendell Anschutz is retiring tonight after 35 years on the air in Kansas City. Coming up, some final personal thoughts he wants to share with you. But first, a retirement wish from a Chicago broadcasting legend now known for award-winning documentaries. Bill Curtis survived college with Wendell at the University of Kansas.
Well, Wendell, it's been about 40 years since you and I sat next to each other in class, and look where we both wound up. You, a legendary writer and a credit to Kansas City, and me, working with serial killers. But on this special day in your career, we're thinking of you. With a secret from investigative reports. The best is yet to come.
Friday morning, we'll have your news headlines and help you with your morning commute.
And we'll climb into the attic and help you sort the trash from the treasure.
We'll be sorting through the forecast all the way through Independence Day.
We'll see you in the morning.
Arrowhead Stadium will explode on the 4th of July when the Kansas City Wizards take on the Chicago Fire at 7:30. Then right after the match, KCTV 5 and the Kansas City Star invite you to enjoy a gigantic fireworks display set to music. Bring a blanket, sit on the field, and watch the sky light up through your 3D glasses. It'll be a great night, so bring the family to Arrowhead Stadium on the 4th.
Get your Wizards tickets now at Arrowhead, all Ticketmaster locations at Ticketmaster.com or call 816-931-3330.
For a limited time, your Dodge dealer announces absolutely nothing. For select customers, we've lowered the down payment on many new Dodge vehicles to nothing. Nothing down. And your payments during the first 90 days total nothing. And that's with special 0% APR financing, which is also nothing. So choose a select Dodge car, truck, minivan, or sport utility by July 8th before there's nothing left. See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
Land of the free and home of the brave is for those who gave of themselves to the utmost degree for all of us to be free. Thank you.
My name's Brooke. I live here with my mom, my dad, and my brother Blake.
A recent storm severely damaged many homes in the neighborhood, including the DeYoungs.
It was a big storm. It sounded like big rocks hitting the house.
They called their American Family agent.
This is my bedroom. It's my favorite place.
American Family worked quickly to put their home back the way it was.
I just love my house.
All your protection under one roof.
Thank you.
American Family Insurance.
An equal housing insurer.
Leading news around the world tonight, a federal court reverses the ruling to break up computer giant Microsoft.
Bill Gates might be celebrating tonight, but the fight is not over. The appeals court ruled that the previous judge in the Microsoft antitrust case was biased. The court says he made numerous offensive comments in public about Microsoft that tainted the case. Microsoft founder Bill Gates called it a victory.
We're very pleased that this ruling reverses the lower court ruling and sets a much higher standard for these issues than the lower court applied.
The court does believe Microsoft engaged in illegal practices to stay on top of the internet browser software industry. Microsoft might still have to break up, much like the government suits against Ma Bell and AT&T. Well, standing behind the First Amendment, cigarette companies win a Supreme Court battle over advertising. Massachusetts wanted to keep tobacco ads away from schools and playgrounds. Well, the court ruled that would violate free speech laws, but that the state could restrict where ads were displayed in stores. A 1969 federal law already bans cigarette ads on TV or radio.
Yugoslavia hands over its former president, Slobodan Milosevic, to face the United Nations War Crimes Tribunal. Milosevic is accused of war crimes and brutality in 1999, and he's at The Hague tonight. President Bush says America will help Yugoslavia restore its war-torn country.
Well, Katie's looking on this forecast on this last night of your broadcast.
Any rain on this parade?
On your
Katie?
parade? No way. As a matter of fact, we've gotten rid of all the rain that was around Kansas City earlier today. The view outside from our city cam on the plaza shows that everything is nice and quiet. But I did capture the last few minutes before the sunset tonight, and I'm looking out to the west, obviously, and you can see just in the last few frames here, some clouds begin to tower up. That turned into a pretty good thunderstorm right over Bonner Springs. Now that activity has diminished as it has sunk down to the south. And there's still some clouds down there and some rain showers that have been drifting in and out of southwest Missouri and southeast Kansas today. There's still a cluster of thunderstorms right over Osceola and out towards Clinton, and those have been stationary most of the evening. We expect to see those dwindle on down to the south and fall apart in the overnight hours. It's 75 degrees right now. The dew point is 68. Winds are out of the east-southeast, only at 8 miles per hour, and the pressure is 30.05. Our high today and our low this morning, almost perfectly normal. Normally it should be 86 and 66. The record high, 107. And wow, that was hot. That was back in 1936. And 52 degrees back in 1985. Our forecast for tonight, any more rain showers is really going to be isolated, and it's mainly going to be down towards Henry and St. Clair counties. Otherwise, we are seeing decreasing clouds and an overnight low around 65 degrees. And tomorrow, same forecast we've had all week. It'll be sunny. It'll be warm, not really hot. Temperatures will at least be normal. There will be some afternoon thunderstorms popping up once again. And I think the best chance for that rain is going to be pretty much where it rained today. Most of it to the south, but a few isolated showers that pop up near the city. So as we look at the 7-day forecast, you pretty much can tell that not much has changed. We still have a chance of afternoon showers. And I don't know, if you find yourself with a little extra time during the day, perhaps you're retiring, you might find that weather is conducive for just about anything you need to do.
How did you arrange that?
It's easy because you're flexible.
That's true.
Oh, that's good.
I can dodge the showers.
You can.
Family health news is next.
But for some of your retirement wishes for Wendell in tonight's Speaker's Corner.
Hey, Wendell, my mother's been watching you since I was 2.5 years old. Wendell Anschutz, have yourself a good time being retired. You deserve it, bro.
Wendell, I guess it's gotta go when you're on top of your game. And you, my friend, are on top of your game. Have a great retirement.
We are gonna miss you. Thanks for 30 years of being in our household, becoming the man that you are. You will be missed.
Him leaving is a very sad thing, you know, because I'm so used to seeing him on TV and everything. That's the way you know us that Channel 5 News is coming on.
Congratulations, have fun. You retire now. Enjoy your break.
Good job.
Good job.
Wendell, I grew up with you. You're a name I know, and I'm sorry to see you go.
Bye, Wendell.
Bye, Wendell.
The Neighborhood Weather Network, brought to you by Benchmark Home Furnishings. Here's tonight's Andrew Lloyd Webber trivia question. Play a grand time at the New Theater Trivia Contest now through June 29th on KCTV 5 News at 10.
Introducing the Lexus IS High Performance Lease. Only $399 a month for 39 months, with just $23.74 due at signing. At last, a lease that actually performs as well as the car. See Superior Lexus.
What herbicide shares your risk as it smokes your weeds?
Roundup. New Roundup Ultramax entitles you to the risk-sharing benefits of Roundup Rewards.
A new rain-fast warranty, crop loss protection,
Backup spray cost allowances on some Roundup-ready crops.
replant burn-down refunds, Roundup-ready seed investment protection. Wow. Volunteer corn cost share allowances.
With Roundup Ultramax, the rewards go on and on. With the imitators, you'll come up short.
Great weed control, and now Roundup Rewards.
Nobody else backs you like Roundup. Nobody.
We are the pool party people here on the block. Round up the neighbors and everybody comes over. We've probably had 12 or 15 kids in the pool, as much use as the pool gets. The quality of the water is the most important thing. We really need to have affordable and reliable chemicals here. With socket, the paste, and the HTH, as good as they are, it's really very easy to maintain your own pool. But Walmart has a great selection of pool chemicals, so it's really a case where I do save a lot of money. The people at Walmart do know their stuff. You come home after a hard day at work, there's nothing more refreshing than just cooling off.
Some people buy a Saturn because they get a lot for their money. Others get one because it's fun to drive. In fact, there are plenty of good reasons to own a Saturn. We ought to know. We've been making them for 10 years. Come to think of it, that's another reason right there. The Saturn 10-year anniversary.
Get 0.9% APR with average finance savings of over $3,900 on a 2001 Saturn L300. Call for details.
In tonight's Family Health, a new high-tech procedure that can reduce scarring from heart bypass surgery.
KCTV 5's Ann Peterson explains.
When George Goodman underwent cardiac bypass surgery years ago, doctors removed a vein from his leg and used it in his heart. He still carries the scar to this day.
The vast majority of patients would claim that the leg incision was by far the worst part of the operation in terms of discomfort.
Recently, George had another bypass, but this time he has a lot less to show for it.
Incision from 13 years ago on your left leg is quite a bit different than your incision from a month ago.
There's no pain associated with it like it was 13 years ago when I had some 50 to 60 stitches in my body.
That smaller scar is thanks to a new procedure called endoscopic artery harvesting. It's a minimally invasive way to take the veins and arteries needed for cardiac bypass.
Using a scope and telescope type techniques, we make a single incision most of the time, a single 1.5-inch incision on the leg.
After making this incision, doctors run a tiny fiber optic camera under the skin and along the vein. Then they insert their instruments under the skin and cut the vein out without opening up the entire leg.
I think they do better and there's a less of a chance of infection.
The less invasive of a procedure, the more benefits to the patient.
Which is fine with George, who's still got a lot of living to do.
We'll go to some nice resort that has a fishing boat with a motor on it, and we're going fishing.
What's the chance that you may someday need bypass surgery? Rate your risk by logging onto our website at kctv5.com. Click on the Know More icon and take our exclusive survey, put together with the help of the American Heart Association. You'll also find expert advice on how to lower your risk for developing heart disease. For Family Health, I'm Ann Peterson.
William has Royals highlights.
Plus, KU hires a new athletic director. It's all in sports.
That's
now.
right.
We're having fun, y'all.
We're having a good time.
Here's the answer to tonight's Andrew Lloyd Webber trivia question. Play a grand time at the New Theater Trivia Contest now through June 29th on KCTV 5 News at 10.
Get ready for a new level of excitement at Harrah's. A huge new second floor charged with hundreds of new slots. Prepare to see gaming in a whole new light.
You know you gotta get to Harrah's. Oh, yeah!
Over the past 3 years, BrandSmart has offered 9 different chances to get your electronics for free. And in that time, more than 350 of our customers have been paid over $450,000, all because they had faith in their favorite teams and BrandSmart. Of course, a little luck didn't hurt either. Well, we're doing it all again, and this time you've got 2 chances to get it free. Come to any BrandSmart location for details. Only at BrandSmart, the brand smart place.
Don't learn electrical safety by accident.
Now at Popeyes, pick up a Cajun-flavored feast. 14 pieces of Popeyes' world-famous chicken. Your choice of spicy or mild for only $10.99.
And now, KCTV 5 Sports with Sports Director William Jackson.
Good evening to you. No doubt the Royals had an enjoyable flight to Cleveland this evening. This after they completed the sweep versus the Tigers today at Kauffman Stadium. Pick it up for you, and I tell you, these guys are already rolling 4-1 in the 7th. They blow it open. Mike Sweeney up to bat, one man aboard. You know the rest of the story. Bang time gets all of this one deep left. It is gone. A two-run tater, his 17th of the year. The Royals up 6-1. Two batters later, Jermaine Dye says, you know what, that looks like fun. Let me see if I can do it. He will as he gets all of this one to center field. It will leave. 7-1, his 10th of the year. Now with KC up 8-1 in the 8th inning, Joe Randa comes up already with the ribby in the game. How about another one? Comes up with a base hit into center. Our man Carlos Fabulous comes around to score, and the Royals complete the sweep. The final count for you 9-2, and they're happy about it.
It's a good, when you win the first two games, to come out and put some runs on the board, put the pressure off, take the pressure off Chad, and put the pressure on the Tigers, and that's what we did. Mike Sweeney had a big home run. I think that really capped it off and really took the wind out of their sail.
It has been a little bit of an encouragement the last few days, but there's still a long road ahead of us, and we can't get too giddy.
All right, meantime, out on the West Coast, what has been speculated for some time now was confirmed today. One of the most prolific hitters to ever play the game has decided to retire. Yeah, the Padres' Tony Gwynn says this year will be his last. The 20-year vet has been hampered by a strained right hamstring most of the year. So what's up next? Well, the 8-time National League batting champ says coaching would be nice. We'll see what happens with that one. Over in Lawrence today, just 2 days before the tenure of President Athletic Director Bob Frederick runs out, they name his replacement. He is 53-year-old Alan Bowl. Now, when you think of KU, you know everything is okay with Roy Williams in the basketball program, but football, well, that's a different story, and that's where Bowl comes in.
Things that I'm sure the reason I'm sitting before you today is that I've had an excellent track record in raising money and trying to fill up a football stadium. I go to the University of Toledo, and we dramatically increased football attendance there, and at Fresno State, been really pleased with the fact that we've been able to, last year, in our home games, we sold out every game except the last one and just missed that by 500 people.
Now, as we told you first here on KCTV 5 last night, Wizards goalie Tony Meola will be out about 6 weeks. Today, he underwent surgery to repair a torn stomach muscle. The Major League Soccer most valuable player from a year ago leaves the MLS with 40 career shutouts. Well, finally tonight, I can give you 47 million reasons Titans quarterback Steve McNair is a very happy man tonight. Today, he finalized the 6-year contract extension that will pay him that amount of cash. McNair has been in the league 6 seasons, and his claim to fame came 2 years ago when he led the Titans to the Super Bowl. Yeah, this multi-talented signal caller, happy to put all this behind him.
When I came into the league, the possibility of being in one team throughout your career was impossible, but they have made it possible for me, not only to be part of this organization, to be one of the premier guys here on this football team, and I take that with a great deal of pride.
Talking about pride, we have a lot of it right here tonight, and we'll experience it more with Wendell. Throw it back to you guys. This is going to be fun.
All righty then.
Thanks, William. Don't go away now.
More retirement wishes for Wendell when we come back.
He'll watch 1,500 hours of TV. She'll surf the web for a month. He'll spend 6 months mowing the grass. Time is money, especially with financial planning. And with Capital Federal's Wealth Management Outlook, we'll help you set goals, organize, and manage a successful financial plan. Get your free Wealth Management Outlook notebook and get a whole new outlook on your financial future. Sign up now, and you could win an appearance on live radio with the Motley Fool.
Lowe's Home Improvement Warehouse starts your July 4th holiday with a bang. For only $14.97, get a gallon of American Tradition interior paint, rated #1 by a top consumer magazine, and only Lowe's has it. And if you use your Lowe's card for purchases over $250, there are 0 payments, 0 finance charges on everything, from appliances to grills to patio furniture. All at everyday low prices, guaranteed. So this July 4th, the best values are at Lowe's. That's improving home improvement.
When I come in here to Sam's Club, I'm on a mission. I don't have time to waste, and you got to get in here and you got to get back to work. Any small business can come in here and fill all their needs.
How's business?
Hey, it's great. I always find myself telling people about deals I find at Sam's Club.
Here's your membership card.
Great.
Go get them.
You betcha. There's a lot of things you can buy at great prices. Boy, my customers are going to love these.
Morning.
Breakfast. When I started my business, I started at Sam's Club.
It's a big deal.
Would it be so good? Would it be sublime? The dream we've shared.
Just say its name.
Belle
Kansas City's only family-made ice cream. Just for you.
If in all we do, we didn't care for you.
What would you do with a truckload of trucks? Hurry in for Olathe Ford's Truckloads of Trucks clearance sale. Over 200 trucks must be sold, and you'll drive home truckloads of savings. Ford F-150, Super Duty and Super Crew, Lightning and Harley-Davidson specialty trucks. Plus, buy now and save up to $5,500 off. Get trucking with the All-Stars at Olathe Ford, your Blue Oval certified dealer, just east of I-35 on Santa Fe, next to Olathe Lincoln Mercury.